It's almost finished. Okay. I think now it's okay. Hello, YouTube. Hello, everyone. My name is Michelle. Let me explain a little how this platform works. Talk and Talk is a conversation platform. I'm not a teacher. I'm a host, and I'm here in order to improve my English as you. So for this happen, we need to respect each other and don't correct anyone and enjoy this time. So feel free for practice your English in your way. Don't worry about saying correctly, saying talk perfectly, because everybody here, we are practicing English. So that's it. Our topic today is about meetings in English. Let me put the questions on the chat. Just a minute. Okay. Everybody can see the questions? It's okay?
Yes.
Great. So the first question is about if you have you ever attended a meeting in English? Priscilla, can you answer this question for us? Can you start?
Yes, sure. No, only about a meeting in English. I never participated, but I'm stay here in Talk. I said that because I think about the job, company, international company, for example, or the company, and I'm stay here for improving my English, but I have a curiosity and I would like participate the meeting in English about professional, and so good. Yeah, I think so. That's it. I'm prepared for don't worry, because I don't have I'm not afraid, but of course I think in my case I'm nervous, maybe the first meeting.
I think nervousness is the common for everybody when we attend a meeting, because I think the pressure is so high, especially in 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 work. So we have a pressure to understand and talk correctly what other people thinking about our oh my God, I forgot the name for sotaque. Pronounce
Accent.
Accents. Great, Ricardo. And especially when your boss join with us, because it's terrible. For me, it was terrible, but I'm here, I'm not dying. And I did this topic because I participated in a meeting in this week, in this week, and it was so terrible for me. I came in the hospital because I'm felt very nervous, and my stomach and my brain, I don't know, everything don't function. But I participate in of this meeting, and it's not so bad. But my mind, I was terrible. That's it. And about you, Arthur? Have you participated?
Um, I've never participated in the meetings, but when I was at the university, I participated in a lot of lectures in English. So it's not lectures. It was not by video. It's não foi por vídeo, né? Foi pessoalmente. And it was very difficult because my English wasn't good, but I could understand a little bit. But I tried to do a question, and that's okay. But it was my experience. It was lectures at the university.
Great, great, Arthur. Thanks for sharing. What about you, Yasmin? Have you ever participated? Yasmin? Okay.
Hi, sorry.
No problem.
I have never attended a meeting in English, but I made some interviews in Portuguese and the people asked some questions in English and was a little difficult. Sometimes was terrible, sometimes was less terrible. But I think that it's my goal, so I need to be used to do this.
Great, great. Thank you, Yasmin. And what about you, Ricardo?
Unfortunately, I work using English not every day. Well, actually, I use English every day. Answer emails or writing emails, reading manuals, or different kinds of situations. And certainly, I participate in meetings. Depends, né? 1, 2 times a week, sometimes more, sometimes less. Sometimes I pass, I don't know, almost a month and I don't participate meetings, but sometimes it's 4, 5 a week. And always a disaster, but well, I try to do my best, particular because I have to talk with in a technology field. It's always to have to talk with engines, so it's another kind of language. It's not exactly English for me, for example, because it's so hard to understand. A long time ago, I prefer to talk with non-native speakers, English speakers, because I believe that is better, but not so much. Nowadays, I prefer to talk with English native speakers because sometimes I can, well, go. Please, could you rephrase or could you talk one more time slowly? So I have this tool, but well, depends. For example, I talk a lot of times with Latin people, Mexicans in the others. But when I have to talk with West European or Indians, it's so hard for me. But yeah, it's another kind of relationship, because sometimes is just put the guys on the room, and on this room there are just a monitor, and I just point and tell about the problem. So it's different. For example, when you have to make a speech, so it's much more harder. So in this case, it's a little better for me.
Okay, Ricardo, thank
No
you.
problem.
Yes,
No problem.
Indians are very difficult to understand
Yeah.
your language. It's hard to pay attention in different accents on the same meeting. It's difficult for me. And what about you, Miami? Have you ever participated on a meeting on English, or I don't know, in another language? How was for you?
Yes, on talking e new do English.
Great. So I think most of participants don't participate on a meeting in a environment, in a work, or I don't know, no other project different as talking. So I changed the question number 2 for what are you supposed to feel during your first meeting, because it's very different, the theory for the practice. For me, my mainly difficult, it's not about the language, it's about the nervosism and the I'm very afraid of to commit a mistake, to don't understand something or things like that. It's not just about the language. So I think it's important to keep in mind that the first meeting probably will be terrible to accept, to control the feelings, things like that. What did you think, Yasmin? How do you suppose to feel? Yes.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
If how do you think that you feel during your first meeting on a job or on an interview in English, like that, on a college? I don't know.
Very nervous, and very focused, and paying attention to what people were saying, and thinking a lot in what I need to talk, I need to say, and trying don't making many mistakes, and probably very nervous.
Great, thank you. Yes, nervous is not. I think it's difficult to control. And what about you, Huerto?
Well, I think that's very anxious just to the meeting, and worried about the technical words. I think that's the main problem for me, because sometimes when I talk about work, I think that was little technical words, technical sentences, and I think that it's very, very, and about the questions too. I think that maybe I feel nervous trying to understand the questions, to answer the questions. Oh, I can imagine. I think I'm like, oh, if that guy make questions, I think that I will answer it or not. So very difficult. But
Yeah.
I think that I can do, not perfectly, but I can try to.
Yes, yes. I think it's important to think that we can do this. We can participate on a meeting, we can try to speak. Of course, we need to prepare. For example, if it's important, if you know about the topic, about the question, it's important to prepare something. But I think the mental stuff, it's more important than the language, because I don't know if other people around the world have a lot of worry about your English as a Brazilian, because we always try to be perfect, and this is so hard. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay. It's difficult, but it's a process, something like that.
Yeah,
And
I don't
yes,
know if our like you said, one time I talked with a British guy, and it was very good conversation, because my English is not so good, but he was very happy because I was trying to speak in English, and he's, oh, okay, you don't have a good English, but I can understand you. So not perfectly, but I made a conversation, a little conversation, but
yes, we need to try to avoid the perfectionism. I think, because I believe that Brazilians are so smart people, and that's it. And what about you, Laiane? What did you think that you feel when you participate on a meeting in English in your job or in college?
Deixa eu ver se eu entendi um pouco a pergunta. Onde eu pratiquei inglês? No colégio, no trabalho, alguma coisa assim?
No, because I'm terrible to make questions too, so don't worry. But o que você acha que você vai sentir during your first meeting?
Ah, sim. Agora eu já estou nervosa, imagina, né? Eu acho que eu vou ficar tremendo. Mas só que também, ao mesmo tempo, eu acho que tudo é uma aprendizagem. Então, eu vou estar ali disposta a aprender e mostrar que eu estou aprendendo, tipo, sem vergonha, assim, sabe? Acho que assim.
Yes, great. Yes, it's important to keep in mind it's a process to learn. Nobody born in know any language like that. So thank you, Laine. And you, Ricardo, what did you feel during your first meeting?
Oh, I believe that's common. The people became nervous during the first challenge, the first time. Not just about meetings, conference, any kind of situation. Normally, the people became sometimes excited because the people love this thing, but the most part of the time, the people became nervous. It's normal, as Michele told you, it's part of process, and sometimes it's inevitable to feel some kind of sickness now. Well, headache, the heart beat so fast, or something like that. So after some while, you start to feel more calm, feel more confident. So I don't feel because I'm not a good speaker and particularly a good listener. But well, it's the only way. That's it. And I try to, particular in this environment. I remember the start. I became nervous too, but it's totally no sense because it's just a class. It's not necessary to feel so nervous. But as I told you, sometimes it's necessary to stop a while and remember it's just a class. eh? Anyone was really have a problem. It's just a class. So, but as I should be an example, but I'm not an example. It's just telling about circumstance in the past. So after some while, I became more tranquil. I didn't learn as I should, but certainly I became more confident and more calm, tranquil during meetings. Just a little in the meetings, but here I'm became calm. That's it.
Yes. Thank you, Ricardo. Yes. I think try again and again and again, and
Yeah.
we can feel more confident and to be more, I don't know, to feel as a part of the class, of the meeting. So it's important to think that in the next times will be better, a little better than the first time, and like a process. And you, Priscilla?
Mm, mm, I think have the same emotions everybody said about. For example, of course, my first meeting English, I'm very nervous, and I think before the start the meeting, before the meeting, I'm anxious, yeah, and because that I need to prepare, yeah, like you said, Michelle, um, prepare to more I don't know this name in English, confiança in this day and brief. And yeah, and don't worry, it's important to try talk about the specific things, and the people understand you. Yeah, it's not easy, of course, because if you participate in the meeting in other language, it's not easy. But it's important to challenge you, yeah. Because if you don't try, it's never you can ground, yeah. In this case, about the progress, about the learning English, for example, yeah.
Yes, yes. I'm a person that I always try to facing my challenges. Sometimes I feel a lot of fear, and I try to avoid in the first moment. But then I understand that is the only way to learn. It's participate. It's to
Yes.
expose yourself um, on the language like that. For example, for me, the first immersion as a host was very, very difficult. And it's difficult in these days too, because I'm learning too. So I commit a lot of mistakes, but my mistakes, it's very important to understand that I need to continue studied, and it's feel comfortable with my mistakes. I'm learning. I'm not a teacher, so it's important to keep in mind, and try to think that it's it's so good to try to learn something. Most of the people don't try, even trying. So we are wings like that. I feel like this. And question number 3. How can you prepare effectively for a meeting conduct in a language you are not fluent in? Liane, can you answer for us?
Para mim, eu acredito que é você saber dar uma estudada rápido, né, em uma apresentação sobre você, saber se apresentar nessa linguagem que é diferente e você não tem influência ou não sabe, ao menos se apresentar e deixar claro que você está aprendendo. Eu acho que é uma forma também de se preparar, né? E eu sempre digo que você aprendeu o ABC, a forma que o som de cada ao alfabeto, na verdade, de cada idioma, isso te ajuda muito. Porque você começa a saber pronunciar as palavras, ao menos na forma que eles escutam. Acho que é isso.
Great, great. Very good points. Present yourself. It's a good way to start, and show your vulnerability. I think most of people understand how is the process to start. So I try to demonstrate my vulnerability too. Guy, I don't understand. I'm learning English, but it's important to don't put yourself in a wrong way, não sei como falar, de uma maneira pejorativa. But you need to be focused on the positive points and demonstrate this for the other participants, your vulnerability, but the good points. I'm here learning, I'm here facing my challenges, so it's important too. What did you think, Arthur? How can you prepare?
Wow, I think in my case, I study a lot about the subject, and try to prepare the meeting before the day of the meeting. Try to write some important points, and I try to do a way to follow in the meeting, like the topics and what I'm trying to explain in that kind of points that I write the important points, and I try to show what I understand, and when I am preparing something, I try, when I see something that I don't know how to explain, I try to understand and to read and to show to others. So I think when I am preparing my future meeting in English, I think that I will do the same.
Yes, yes. I think it's the same process to prepare for other things, to study the topic, to pay attention to what. I think it's more important to listen, to understand, and take notes than to talk a lot. Of course, if you present something, it's important to talk, but I think to keep your focus on understand in listen and take notes, it's a good way to participate on a meeting. Thank you, Arthur. And about you, Yasmin?
I think that we need study a lot the subject before the presentation. The challenge will be the language, so the subject need to be we have to know well about the subject, and don't worry so much about the mistakes, just to worry about the message being communicated, people understanding what we have to present, and maybe make yes, maybe making a good presentation, a good slides to support us with good images and good points to help us to talk. I think that's it.
Yes, yes. Great. Very good points, Yasmin. As a good presentation, it's very important. Thank you. And what about you, Ricardo?
Well, certainly I don't do. I don't. How do you say? I avoid situation like that because I don't have enough English level skills to participate as a host, for example. So if you have to talk, is well, it's not possible because it's necessary this kind of ability. So I don't have. Well, in another kind of situations, for example, if you have to buy something in a store or another situation. For example, I have an experience because I work during a month on Chile, so it's it's different because I was working and is well, Spanish is similar. Yes, certainly you face some problems, but it's different. So, but in other situations when I was just having fun or walking or buying things in a store, that's normal. I don't I didn't become nervous because I'm a client, so client have this power, because the the companies wanted to receive your money. So, but I have to lead in a situation like that. I depends on the situation. But if you have to, for example, pass the entire message, and this situation is critical for my company, I have to pass for another person. But if the intention is different, okay for me, no problem.
Yes, yes. I think it's important that you understand your limit and your ability
Mhm.
to,
Yeah.
especially in work, of course.
Mhm.
If your meeting, your presentation, it's very,
Mhm.
very important to, I don't know, convince a client or demonstrate about your product. I don't know. It's important to be a realistic person. If
Mhm.
you don't have enough ability, it's important to communicate this thing. It's important, Ricardo. Thank you
Thank you.
for talking about this. Priscilla, I don't remember, sorry, if you answered this question. How can you prepare effectively?
Yes, no, I know the answer. I think I agree. Like everybody said, it's important to learn about the topics and brief before start, and then organize the the topics for you need talk in the meeting. It's important to have a control the person, pay attention. If you don't have no have um, a meeting, exhaustive meeting. Yeah, it's be focused in the subject, the main subject about the contest meeting, and try involve the people in the during meeting. Yeah, for to fluid more. Yeah, it's important to, I think, this to organize the topics do you need set in that moment, and keep calm. Yeah, learn about the topics. Yeah, I think that's it, because it's not of course during meeting it's possible to forget something and nervous, but it's this situation not control you, não pode controlar você. Yeah. I think this. You have muted.
Sorry, Priscilla.
No problem.
Thank you. The question number 4 is about feelings. How can you control nervousness and the fear of making mistakes? Yasmin, can you answer for us the first time, please?
I think that breathing, breathe, it's the best way to control our feelings. And thinking about people have their own mistakes and their own fears, and we are learning. We need to make mistakes, and it's better for us try and put our face in in something. So it's part of the process. We don't need to worry about this. Just try, and one day we will just talk fluently.
Yes. Thank you, Yasmin. And What did you think, Laiane? How can you control nervousness and fear of making mistakes? Laiane?
Me escutam? Agora sim. Me escutam?
Yes.
I believe that we cannot even do it. Então, eu acho que a gente não consegue impedir, né? Eu não acredito que a gente consegue impedir ter medo e nervosismo. Mas eu acho que a gente pode lidar com esses sentimentos se a gente entender que isso é normal, né? E que isso pode acontecer, que isso pode passar com qualquer pessoa, até porque você não tem uma fluência no idioma. Então, é você ser compreensivo com você mesmo, né? Eu acredito nisso também. E, assim, uma forma de a gente estar controlando o nervosismo, eu acredito que, ao menos comigo, funciona. Quando eu entendo que eu posso errar nisso, porque eu sou falha, e também porque eu tô aprendendo, então eu tenho que me desculpar. Então eu já vou com essa consciência. Então, por mais que eu erre, ou que eu falhe, ou que eu não fale o idioma tão correto assim, eu sei que isso poderia passar, sabe? E eu sei que o início sempre é complicado. Então, é também ter isso em mente. E o intuito é eu aprender. Acho que você pode demonstrar muita coragem quando você vai. Só em você estar aqui, você já está demonstrando que você está disposta, entendeu? Então, eu acho também que isso é muito uma forma também da gente prevenir o nervosismo e a gente entender isso.
Yes, yes. I agree with you. It's important to be kind with you to accept your fear and nervous. Very good points, Laiane. Thank you. What did you think, Arthur?
Yeah, I think, like Laiane said, it's not. I think it's a part of the process. May feel nervous and fears too. But I, in my case, I try to control preparing before the meeting, and also try to not think about the meeting at the day that I will try to present, try to do. So I try to think another things, do another things like read a book, play the guitar. I don't know. I try to not think about the meeting because I was prepared. I think I think that I prepared before, so maybe make me feel more como é que fala? Confiável, né? If I prepare before, I feel more trustful. Oh, thank you, Ricardo.
No problem.
Great, Arthur. Yes. Prepare yourself. It's a good way to control the nervousness because you know that you do your homework like that, and you are capable. So when you prepare, I think it's this kind of the feeling. Thank you. What about you, Priscilla?
So for me, it's important in my case, breathe and put my mind. You can, if you don't commit a mistake, it's normal. I totally agree with Laiana said. It's important to accept your moment because this process it's not easy and you need respect you. Yeah, I it's important. I think I put my mind. I have a specific time and I'm learning for to improving more and more and more. Yeah, and I think that, and I try don't don't keep focused in the oh, I'm not better, yeah, like that. I think it's not easy to control the nervousness, but I try, yeah, this maybe not. Seja através de briefing or learning more, prepare before the specific occasion, yeah. I think it's work.
Yes, yes. To keep your focus on in the important things, it's important because in the beginning I was always thinking I can't, I'm terrible on English and things like that. But when I put my focus on the good things, on uh, the reality. For example, I'm studying English for many years. I'm do this immersion every Saturday. So put these things in your mind and your focus on in these things. It's important. Thank you, Priscilla.
Okay.
And what what do you prepare, Ricardo? How do you prepare for meetings? How do you control your nervousness?
Well, uh, some situations is well, you prepare when I when you if you were talking about a specific situation. For example, I participate in meetings every week, and well, I know what I have to do, or any kind of situations I expect. But sometimes I became nervous. Even the I can control all the situations, but it's normal. Sometimes I became nervous. So when you became nervous, I try to breathe and try to read the my presentation and the others documents, and I go, and it's not possible to avoid sometimes. So I just breathe and stand up and continue fighting. Right? So sometimes it's just what you have to do, because after some while you notice, oh, why I became so nervous? Because it's a normal. Anyone uh, have some problem. So because sometimes is most part of the time is just your imagination, not a real. It's not a real. So that's it.
Yes, yes. I'm very afraid of everything before the meeting, and I don't know, 99% of things that I thought don't happen, didn't happen. I didn't cry during the meeting. It's my I was very afraid of to start crying because when I'm very nervous and I feel very nervous, I don't know why I'm start crying. I lost I forgot the name, my exam for drive license because I start crying on the middle of the, I don't know, I can't see nothing, and I made a lot of mistakes. So, but most of people that I think don't happen, and I feel more comfortable that answer for me. This problem does not happen. It's your mind. Go. Just continue, something like that. That's it. Thank you, Ricardo, for remember like this. Guys, I put a survey on the chat because your meeting is finishing. And I hope that you understand and improve your English and came again for the immersion. I'm here all the Saturdays in this schedule. So thank you a lot for your contribution, for sharing your experience, and I hope you have a great weekend, okay? Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you,
Thank
Michelle.
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye bye.